guys, it's your Bear Boy host Hito here today, and today we are doing. Oh wait, hold on, we're not Bear Boy Hito. It's Shell Shock. Thank you for the host. Thank you so much. Welcome to another episode of the Retrogade. We're on episode 10 of our awesome podcast where we drop the retro bomb and try to remember all of the things that bring us all the nostalgia in the past. Last week we went over the LGBT and retro gaming. The week before, 90s toys. The week before that, classic Cartoon Network. What do we have planned today? Well, if you read the title, you'll figure that one out. We're doing Sega Genesis. Now, as a personal reference, I did not get to grow up with the Sega Genesis, but I've had a chance to relive the Sega Genesis with my own Sega Genesis Mini. So, I've been playing around with that Sega Genesis Mini, and I wanted to have some guests who grew up with the Sega Genesis, who loved the Sega Genesis, who worshiped the Sega Genesis, who is probably keeping it on their pedestal this very second and keeping it nice and away from all the dust in the world with their cartridges ready at the helms. So, speaking of helms, I have two special guests with me today, and we are going to... Boy, do you have a bow tie? Yes, I always have a bow tie on, okay? This is the host bow tie. You need to have one when you're doing a hosting gig. I'm kidding. You don't always have to, but you know what? I feel like it's uniform, and it's very important. All right, so I'm about to undeafen myself, and we're about to go into the whole scenes of things. All right, so I'm going to be introducing our first guest today, which, let's see, camera A is, boom, the Raven Armed. Hey, Raven.
How's it going, my friends? Good to see you. What's up, my dude? I like your layout here. I'm just seeing it now. I'm part of the Retrogade. Ooh, you are fancy. Fancy free.
We need the special hosting bow tie for this. It's very important.
Yeah, I feel like I'm on a spaceship. I like it. I'm used to sailing ships, but not necessarily this high up in the air.
It's a spaceship a little bit. We found this technology. We're still working it right now, but hey, what we find is what we find. It's a treasure. But yes, Raven, introduce yourself.
So I'm Raven. Greetings, everyone. I see Elfie in chat. Good to see you, Elfie. I do a Captain Jack Sparrow cosplay. I also do several other cosplays. One's coming up very, very soon, so thank you, sir. But we stream every Monday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday at 9 Eastern. It's a lot of fun, very, very, very silly, and it's a family-friendly stream, so I try to keep it that way.
That is totally fine, guys. We always respect anyone's stream and the way that they run things. All right. Also, I just love watching when Raven gets spooked up when he plays the scary games, so that always works. Always works.
There's a lot of yelling.
There's a lot of yelling. All right, and for our next guest, we have the one, the only, Fighterz.
And dude.
All right.
Oh my! This layout is dope. What? There's a CD in there. Raven, do you see that CD?
I don't see the CD.
It's
under Hito's. Hito's camera. It's right there. You see the CD? Holy
We've
cow.
got CD drive? Listen, I'm playing
Listen.
Jumpstart 5th grade.
We have floppy
Put it up on the
drives.
screen.
We have floppy drives. We have Marzi the Martian to thank for this awesome layout. But Fighter, by all means, introduce yourself.
Well, hello, chat. My name is Fighterz28. I am your run-of-the-mill Pokemon streamer. I stream Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday, normally around 5 p.m. Central. You ever want to come hang out and just chit-chat about, anything? You can do that.
All right, guys. So, we're talking today about Sega Genesis games. Now, I'm gonna drop a disclaimer for everyone here. I didn't get to grow up with the Genesis.
I did. I did.
Sad Steam music. No.
I mean, I would actually play that sound.
Sorry.
I would actually play that sound alert, the world's saddest violin, but I have sound alerts off for the time being. Just
I could just hear that. I can hear the Mr. Krabs' tiny violin.
So that's what. But I will say this: I have been playing a lot of Sega Genesis games because I have a mini and it has a whole bunch of games that I've been playing. Now, I did play Sonic, but that's about it. And probably Golden Axe. That's the best I can say I've done. But I've slowly been getting more into the games. I'm finally learning how to use a Sega Genesis controller. So, I will say this. I wanted people to experience the true Genesis fans who grew up with it, which are you two. So, you guys are true fans.
I remember the Genesis. I remember Sonic the Hedgehog and that ridiculous controller.
Oh yeah, the controller is dynamic. But that being said, I think it really paved the way for the original Xbox controller. If you look at the way that it's set up,
Oh yeah,
the curvature, it's the same. Just
Like,
Xbox
here-
is like, let's make it twice as hard to hold.
That's-
like,
let's Xbox. There you go.
yes.
Just-
I mean, that's it.
The
It's the
scale.
same curvature.
To scale. Just to scale right here. There you go. Boom. Sega Genesis controller. Just for you. Just to Oh man.
Sega.
It hurt so badly because when I was talking about like Sonic, I meant like Sonic the Hedgehog's 1, 2, and 3. And literally I got called out in one of my classes like, Coach, can we talk about Sonic? You know, the good Sonic? I'm like, how do you know? How do you know?
The good one.
The good Sonic.
Good Sonic the Hedgehog.
So, here's the thing, and I'm going to ask this is a very weird, this is going to be a very straightforward question. What was the first game that you played for your Sega Genesis? We're going to start with Fighter.
Aladdin.
Aladdin?
That was a good one.
That's a really good one.
All
I
right.
played the Aladdin one too. That was a lot of fun.
I actually now have it, so I get to play it now.
Oh,
Do you have it?
I have it. I have it on the mini. I have it on the mini.
That's
Oh.
dope.
So Raven, what about you? What was your first Sega Genesis game?
The first Sega Genesis game that I ever played was at a friend's house. And it's a game that's actually, I think it's still kind of popular. It's called Altered Beast. Have you ever heard of Altered Beast?
Yes.
It is super dark for like games like of that time period. But I mean, the intro that rise from your grave, and you come up, and it's a side scroller, and you're doing the punching and the kicking thing. But the cool thing is you collect the power orbs, and then like you get bigger and bigger, and then you turn into like the monster of each level. Super dark, like little cutscene things with some creepy music. But I remember trying it, and I was like, this is intense. So kind of like I was like, I've got to get one of these systems.
So, funny enough, I only grew up playing a few games for the Sega Genesis when I was younger. The first one I remember, and it's because of its soundtrack. The first Sega Genesis game I ever played was Sonic Spinball. You know, the pinball Sonic?
Yeah, I know.
And-
Oh yeah. That was one of my like when I was a kid. That was a stress reliever game. You just played I just sat there for like hours playing pinball. I think I racked up like a score of like, God, what was it like 10 or 15,000 or something like that. Whatever the max was, or if there was a max, I don't remember. But it was a good stress reliever.
I think I just remember the game was like, hey, the only level I got through in Spinball was the sewage level, because it was like, hey, drain the sewage, collect the Chaos Emerald, next level. And I'm just like, oh, right. How do I do this? And then there was times that Sonic would just jump in the platforms. I'm just like, wait a minute, this isn't pinball. I'm being lied to. I have platforming abilities in a pinball machine. Things I wish I can do. Like, the only reason why I remember is because it was the iconic first level song. Like, that's the first thing I think about with Sega Genesis. I will hear that song, and I'm like, oh, that's a Sega Genesis game. Technically. I say technically because Mega Drive was also a thing, but still, it's like, that's the first thing I will remember. That very, like, 90s, 80s, like, grunge / pop / electric. It was fun. I need to put that song on again, but I'm afraid of DMCA, just a little bit. So I'm not gonna do that right now. But hey, it was a really good game. Now, aside from your first game, what was your favorite game on the Genesis? We'll start with Raven on that one.
That's a tough call. That's a really tough call. There's so many good ones. I don't know. There are a few of them. Two come to mind. There was a game called The Adventures of Batman and Robin, which was
that's a good
super awesome. A lot of fun. That was another one that I played at a friend's house. A lot of things that it's like I owned a Nintendo, like the original NES, before I ever owned the Genesis, and so I got exposure to the Genesis by playing it at my friend's house before I ever got one. So that game was a lot of fun. There's also the Captain America and the Avengers. Like, this is back when you had like Iceman and Iron Man, and you had like another side scroller, a la, if you know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the stand-up arcade game, Turtles in Time or whatever it is.
I love Turtles in Time.
Yeah, like every Chuck E. Cheese had one of them. It's just like that, but it's the Avengers. And I love those games. Quarter eaters, what we call them.
Listen, quarter eaters / recycled pizza pie? Question mark? Now I'm remembering Chuck E. Cheese. Now I'm just like, that was the scandal, I believe. We had a scandal of recycled cheese pizza, and I'm just like, okay. I'm here for the Sega Genesis games, kind of. And Fighterz, thank you for the stretch. Meanwhile, while I'm stretching, what was your favorite Sega Genesis game? Listen, you have me doing work. Now I'm gonna have you racking your brain.
Who remembers Streets of Rage?
Oh yeah,
I love Streets of Rage.
Streets of Rage was one, and then the original. It was Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 was another good one for me.
Oh, dude.
But top tier Streets of Rage is my number one.
I just saw I say Mikan. Was
Yeah.
that right, Mikan?
Yep.
That Shaq Fu, no lie. Shaq. Like martial arts Shaq. I don't know how. But martial arts Shaq, that was a real game, and that Shaq Fu was great. That was about the time Kazam came out. The reason I love that one so much is because candy rained from the sky and pizza, and I was like, this has got to be the best thing ever. So, but that was great.
I actually have a friend that still has his original copy of the Sega Genesis cartridge of Shaq Fu, and he keeps it like, he's like, watch, this thing's gonna be a collector's item one day. You'll see. And I'm like, I bet it will. I was being sarcastic, and then I'm just like, I'm looking online, and I'm like, this game is $300.
You need to backlight that thing.
I need to get off of my like game pedestal for something. Like, okay, I was wrong. It's $300. I will go to the corner right here and just like, got it. Understood. Now,
so what do you put in the middle of your screen here? The retro game area.
So we use that whole thing for videos, commercials, and stuff like that. Which actually, I have a few Sega Genesis commercials.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is what I've been waiting for.
This is what we came for.
So we got some Sega Genesis commercials from like the olden times. Yes, I said the olden times. You heard this.
First of all, the olden times. It's not that long ago, is it?
I mean, 1990. I mean, it was the 90s. It was like 2 years before I was born.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna leave now because that made me feel a certain type of way.
All right, so we have the original Sega Genesis commercials from 1991 to 1993, which, there we go.
Gotta go. Hey, guy, you're the first serious gamer I've seen all morning. Check this out. Brand new 16-bit Super Nintendo with Super Mario World. Wow! What's this one? Oh, this This is a Sonic the Hedgehog from Sega Genesis. Hey, look at these radical colors, huh?
Wow, Sonic's fast,
Price
too.
tag.
No, over here.
I like Genesis,
$200.
and it costs a lot less.
Wait, kid, that game
I'll
there.
take Sonic and Genesis.
I knew that.
Sonic the Hedgehog. More action, more speed. Sega Genesis. It's a whole lot more for less.
God, holy cow! Commercials were like that.
Yeah.
New Streets of Rage. You control 40 incredible moves.
40 incredible moves.
Yep.
All button smashes.
Gives you more real villains, hot graphics.
We don't talk about the 90s.
Yeah, you really like to smash buttons and hit left and hope it works.
Yep.
Wow!
Danita
Holy cow!
It's bad enough.
These are no, these are like
But this new Sonic the
commercials.
really just my doilies.
These are commercials.
What's the hurry, mister?
This is how you promote a video game right here. That is how you do it.
Why can't it be more like that nice boy Mario?
You get people in costumes like that, and then you animate the characters
Yeah.
inside. Oh, that! I wish they would still do that.
Right? Like, what's with all the seriousness? Like,
Oh,
we gotta
the
wait for E3. and
Moonwalker.
then- Oh, here we go.
Oh, okay. That was another game I was gonna bring
Yeah.
up.
Oh, wait, I hope I don't get DMCA'd for the Michael Jackson song.
No, you'll be fine. It's a commercial.
It's a commercial.
Now, is that actually Jackson in the commercial?
I think so. I think that's from the
Makes
music.
sense.
I think that's from the music video.
Ah, okay.
For a second, I thought it was Star Fox, and I'm like, this isn't Star Fox.
What game is? Oh my god, this is like going down memory lane. What is this?
Presented by Sega. Oh, these are Japanese commercials now. What do we got?
Win, to be number one, and to have fun at the same time.
What game is this?
I don't know.
It's a racing game.
And the challenge.
Pole position.
Super Monaco.
Oh, Super Monaco. Okay.
Wait, what is this?
Young Bobby Angles has a problem.
Oh, here we go.
He needs
Oh, this is me in high school.
Is that you?
Sega Genesis weapon system. It comes with Streets of Rage 2. He
Yep.
saves $40. He gets more moves. He gets more control.
Now I can take out
Yeah.
all my fighting instincts.
Okay.
Yep.
I said chocolate chip. Say it.
Oh my gosh.
That's one of my favorite games. 6 coins. Oh,
I
What?
remember that Game Boy.
maybe it's World.
Yeah. Man, the memories, dude.
The Game Gear.
Who remembers? Okay, this is totally off topic with like the Sega Genesis. Who remembers laying in their bed in the middle of the night with that light playing Pokemon or like that one light? Oh, man.
Road trips?
And you're waiting for like the next street like to pass over before you keep moving.
Yeah.
Dude,
Introducing Game Gear from
is that
Sega.
Tetris? That was
Yep.
Tetris.
Yup.
Video game system that separates the men from the boys. Game Gear from
Oh my
Sega.
god, I feel young again.
For those who purchased something other than a Sega Genesis,
Yeah, that's it.
our
Wow.
sincere condolences.
What a waste.
When you start with a Genesis, you can always add a Sega CD.
Echo the Dolphin.
And new Genesis 30.
Oh, I remember
Everything
Echo the
else
Dolphin.
old and stiff.
Barrier or
They had that in my dentist office. It was the one reprieve I had when they
Welcome to the next level.
Hey! You still don't have a Sega CD? What are you waiting for? Nintendo to make one? You have seen
Sega
the game.
CD.
That didn't last long.
It really didn't. But we did get one of the best Sonic games for it, which was Sonic CD.
I forgot how goofy some of these commercials could be.
I like all the intensity for the graphics are like 32-bit. I'm blown away.
Whoa!
Mega Tribe, Mega CD.
Oh god, like.
Yep.
I remember back.
Yeah.
Like the difference between 16-bit and then 32-bit. You could just immediately tell the difference.
These were the commercials.
Mega CD. Oh god, what game was that? I remember that one. That's oh, dude.
Yep. Final fight.
Oh.
Final fight for the Mega. Yep.
Mega CD.
I think this is Sonic CD. This has to be Sonic CD.
You hitting me in the soft spot right now.
Where was this? We needed this. And I would have loved this.
The Hedgehog CD from Mega CD.
That looks. It looks good.
That's dope.
Do you really have to watch
What is
the rest of
this?
this stupid movie to see how it's gonna end? Here,
There was so much effort put into these commercials. Like
those aliens are masters of
They
the
don't even
skies.
put effort into commercials for games anymore.
Not your
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I was
and
watching commercials on
Better
TV
pay
just
attention.
playing.
Those aliens can look like anybody. Your brother, sister, anybody.
Hungry?
Ground Zero, Texas, only on Sega CD. Yo, listen up! Do you know what my friend here just called you?
God, that was
He
a
called
game
you
from
a glass-jawed,
Texas.
bird-neck, no-jabbing wimp. Oh. You gonna take that? Step into the ring. Not your typical video game, huh? Stick 'em, jab, move, come on. Right, there you go, left, hit him again. Prize Fighters, only on Sega CD.
Oh my god, Prize Fighter.
Okay, he takes back the bird neck part.
Yeah. So
Wow.
those commercials, I want you to notice that there was one theme about them, and I'm gonna bring up the very big also. We're gonna hide what is recommended to me for a sec. But yes. So one of those things you notice in the commercials was a lot of the Sega versus Nintendo era.
Oh yeah. That was a time.
You know, the Marios versus the Sonics.
Mm-hmm.
The Metroids versus the Golden Axe. And probably another, and Streets of Rage versus thinking of a Nintendo beat 'em up. Why is not one coming up to my brain right now?
What was a good Nintendo fighting game?
Street Fighter. But then again, Street Fighter 2 was also on the Genesis.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot going on. There was a lot going on in that time.
But the one theme that was always in Sega Genesis, they were always out to burn Nintendo just a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's what they were all. The console. Okay, so when you're thinking about like console wars was just like it was one console. Which console's better? Which console has the better game? They don't even like that died out. That even died out. Like you don't even see like here. This console's got better games. This console over here has this game as an exclusive. Those aren't even things anymore.
I mean, yeah, we still have the every now and then war between PS4 and Xbox and all this other stuff, but Switch is somehow sneaking by going, hey,
how you doing?
We got more games. You'll never get it on a PS4. But Nintendo had a lot of the best commercials, same with Sega. You can tell that there was a lot of competition between the two, with the Nintendo burns, which was, oh, this game is expensive, But this game is like, it's not that big a deal, but you would choose that over anything. You would choose the cheaper option over the Nintendo, which is like 200. So this was actually a really good time of when video game competitions were a big thing for console wars. So now I have to ask you the question. What side were you on completely during that era?
So I'm just gonna throw this out there. My dad, and I love my dad to death, he never picked a side. We always had all of the consoles. There's probably a Sega Genesis sitting somewhere in our attic, and like he also had the Atari 2600 too. So he has that somewhere. And every time I get to go back to his house, I play an Atari game every now and again, which is a miracle that thing still works with how old it is. But I'm not huge into picking sides. Like there's each console has its strengths and its weaknesses. I'm just there for the game. Like I just want to play the game.
All right.
Yeah, so back when we were growing up, I had the original Nintendo, so I was sold on that. I always wanted a Super Nintendo. We didn't get one. We wound up getting a Genesis for like Christmas or something. And so I grew up with the Genesis while all my friends had the Super Nintendo. And so we had our own like little rivalry thing kind of in that department. So I was hands down Sega for a long time. I loved going over to their place and playing Super Nintendo, but there were so many more games I liked for Sega. And that lasted until the N64 dropped, and then all bets were off. Like when I first popped in Legend of Zelda, it was over. Like so, Nintendo.
I know that feeling. You pop in like this 3D, this kind of 3-dimensional, good-looking game, and you're like, oh no, this is over. It's done.
Like Mario 64, I'm like, look at all the things you can do. Like this is unbelievable. So yeah, so they had me through the SNES period, but once 64 came out, Nintendo kind of took over. Which is funny because Nintendo owns a lot of the rights to a lot of the old Sega games now.
That is true.
So I guess it makes it more popular on the Wii and the other things Nintendo has. I don't own a Nintendo console anymore, so I'm missing out.
Well, on my case, I was molded by the Nintendo life only because of the fact that one, my first system I ever got was a Super Nintendo. And then I went backwards and got an NES, so that was also that was a pretty fun time. But I also had experience with the Atari 2600 because gaming's in the blood. My mom was an addict when it came to the Atari 2600. Gaming's in the blood. She would always be playing Miss Pac-Man or Centipede or Galaga. She had all of the old cartridges. Thank goodness she did not have E.T. because I would have thrown it down the toilet. But my point still stands.
I'm going to agree with Mikan. I think that's how that's said. The Dreamcast. The Dreamcast was way before its time. I remember getting the Dreamcast and doing Bass Pro Fishing. Like that game was like, bro, what is this game? Why can't we do this in other games?
I mean, the Dreamcast was ahead of its time, but also I think it was because of the fact that Dreamcast was also a threat to a lot of gaming companies as well. Only because of the fact that you could burn a disc on a CD and you could play it immediately.
Oh yeah.
So that would really, like, think about it like this. If you could burn a CD with a game, would you spend money on a game ever again?
Nope. Mm-mm.
That's where I think it was too early on that. I did love the peripherals though.
That was my dad's first three-dimensional experience. I had the I had paid for the N64 with my allowance. So I know what games like three-dimensional games were like. And then he bought the Dreamcast, and then all my dad would play is that Bass Pro Fishing game. He would just sit there and fish because where we live, there's no like lakes or anything in our area. And he would just sit there for hours and just fish. And I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? He's like, I'm fishing.
I mean, you could fish in Mario Party, but you know what? That usually results in people also falling in the water and getting eaten by the fish. Oh my god, I need to have a Mario Party game one day. We're talking about Sega, now I'm just thinking about Mario Party. Back to the subject, Hito.
The thing I remember about the Dreamcast was just like there not being any games. Like I remember looking at Walmart and like they had like 5 or 6 different games available, and I was like, okay. And Crazy Taxi was the big one. They always had on display, but I was like, okay. And they never seemed to like come out with more titles for it. So I think that was a huge damper. Plus, Sega was already bleeding out money from the Sega Saturn at that point in time.
Which, funny enough, the Sega Saturn was the first system to actually have its first internal memory storage.
Ooh,
now that was key. Being able to save the game.
So
you didn't have to play the game all the way through. Oh man.
Yeah. There's nothing worse than like you pause the game to go eat dinner and then you come back and somebody's changed the TV channel and like go back and like it's not saved anymore. Like the console's been turned off. Like I worked for 4 hours on that. You don't even know.
I was playing that game. What are you doing?
I gotta start over.
Now I gotta do this whole thing all over again. How dare? How dare?
Then 64 had the portable memory card, because I were taking that little cartridge out and taking it over to friends' places to save my Smash characters. That way I could upload them and have my progress on their consoles. It's interesting.
I also so here's the thing. Here's another question that I like to go into. Which out of the era that it came out of, between the Genesis, the Dreamcast, and probably the Sega Saturn, which one do you think had the best peripherals?
Man, the best the Dreamcast. Dreamcast 100%. You can't at me on that.
I mean, because they were trying to push the bounds graphics wise in a big way. They just didn't quite have the technology yet. They were getting there. I mean, but that was on the verge of what? Didn't PlayStation come out like right after that? When did PlayStation drop?
I think so. It was either the PlayStation or something else.
The original PlayStation came out in 94. So
Yeah. It would have to have been the PlayStation.
No, the PlayStation came out around 96-ish, right there, somewhere around there. Because that was around the time that Crash Bandicoot also released.
Say PlayStation. So Dreamcast is 98. PlayStation 2 dropped 2000. That's what I'm thinking of. So the PS2, because the original PlayStation was out, and it had that was when the CDs were becoming the huge thing. But the PS2 is the one that really pushed the graphics forward.
Shell Shock answered the question. 1994 in Japan, 1995 in the US for PlayStation 1.
There we go. That's it.
Also, I'm looking at the Dreamcast that released in November 27th, 1998. So that means it was a little bit closer to the PlayStation 2's era, 2 years before.
Yeah, exactly. So as soon as the PlayStation 2 dropped, it was all a wash.
That was game set.
And then Xbox, the original Xbox is 01. And then Xbox reigned supreme for a while.
The original Xbox came out 20 years ago. Holy cow, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, because Sony didn't answer back until 2006 that the PS3 dropped. So 5 years, Microsoft basically ran through the online, because that was the first online gaming. PS2 had a few games, but that was difficult to get on.
Yeah, but like the PS2 had. I remember playing the original Monster Hunter with my friends when it came to like online play, and then my dad bought the Xbox, and then the Xbox introduced me to Halo.
Oh
And
yeah.
oh
Yeah.
boy. Oh boy.
There's nothing like that first encounter with the flood. I said, this is storytelling in a game. Like Mario kind of touched this. Zelda definitely did. But that was the first time I was like, oh my goodness, I am in another world and these creatures are out. Like actively scared in a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
So now I'm gonna ask the other question. What was some of your favorite peripherals from the Sega from the Sega Genesis? I personally liked the CD drive myself because it was going somewhere, but it didn't sell well. That was kind of my thing, because you made a game like Sonic CD, and it was great.
I can agree with you on that. It just didn't. I can agree with you on that one. That didn't really. It just didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
They had the edge. They had that, but it just didn't like. I would say it didn't translate well. It didn't translate well. I mean, it didn't translate well, sales wise, very well. But I liked the Sega, like the Sega CD and all the Genesis stuff. It was the peripherals were great. It was just not fully there.
Yeah. I do actually have something to show you. I have a wikia of all of the old peripherals for the Sega Genesis. Let's see if we can remember some of these. Y'all ready for this?
Ooh, the octagon floor controller?
You mean this?
Dude.
The activator ring?
Dude, you're kidding. Yes. Yes. That, oh my god.
So the activator ring was a peripheral for the Genesis. The peripheral was designed to make a player stand up and move around to control the game instead. So this, like, this is when things were getting good, and this was around the Mega Drive situation.
One of my cousins had the activator ring, and I was completely blown away by it, just completely shot out of the water. I'm like, this is how games should be. This is how games should move forward.
Next up, we have but wait, there's more. There's more. We have the Batter Up controller. This looks like this was for a baseball game. Used for the video games Batter Up and Super Batter Up.
Was all this released in US too?
I think so.
Man, I didn't get any of this awesome stuff.
We also have something called the Konami Justifier.
Oh, oh my god, I remember the Justifier. Oh no.
This was essentially the light ray gun of Sega Genesis.
That's how you played oh god, what game was it? Oh man. It reminds me of House of the Dead. It's like you took the gun, you hooked it to the console, and I can't remember what game it was matched up with.
Lethal Enforcers. Shell Shock brought it up.
That's it. Lethal Enforcers was such a good game. Oh man.
Ready to see another one of these? Okay. We got the Menacer.
What?
I don't even know what this is for. Let's have a closer look. The Menacer.
It looks like a VR.
Is that for what is it for? Oh my god, I'm Snatcher Top?
Snatcher Top.
I have no idea. I've never played that. But I knew what the Menacer was.
Snatcher Top. I've never even heard of that.
I know there's a game called Snatcher, for one thing.
Yes, I see Snatcher on here.
I hated the Menacer because the game had a bug shooting on it. So Snatcher 2. Also, we have the Mega Mouse. We should have...
Mega Mouse. Like, you're bringing... Okay, right now, I'm just having, like, a childhood wonderment because my dad had, like, some of these pieces, but then my cousins had the rest. Like, my cousin who's got, 3 kids now, had the Mega Mouse. And... I don't know if he even has his Genesis anymore. Oh God. This is good times.
Like you can't I can't make this stuff up. This is all here.
I remember. Okay, I remember the play bat for the baseball games.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many TVs I broke with that bat by letting it go. I would always let it go. But like my dad and I would be playing, and then I would accidentally. I'm a kid, okay, and I would let go of the bat, and it would just either go through the TV or break something on the TV stand, or like the entertainment system, or like the entertainment whatever the thing that was. Oh my god!
So to those who complained about the Wii and the controllers flying out of your hands, just know this was the Wiimote before that happened. Just I let it slip. Oops.
Oops, there you go.
My hand slipped. Okay, this one's interesting. The Sega channel adapter. And I don't even know what it's for. It's just sitting there. Menacingly.
Menacingly.
It's just there staring at us menacingly. I don't even know what it's for. Hold on, let me see if I can find like an article on it. The Sega
adapter?
Sega channel.
Okay, before they had who remembers those everybody had those yellow, red, and white wires, right?
Uh-huh.
And then there was a adapter. Oh god, the channel adapter.
It was Netflix for gaming. According to Mikon. I'm like,
yes. Okay. So it was basically this adapter you could attach to your Sega Genesis, so you could flip. So you didn't have to like change. I think it was like you didn't have to change the channel for it. Oh man.
It will do that to you. I'm just like,
oh, God.
Like I said, because people talk about the Dreamcast having like so many cool peripherals, but people forget that the Genesis precedes that and still was doing this to this day. It was a lot to think about. The Genesis, Sega itself was ahead of its time, because now the things that we use now are things that Sega has come up with already. It's like Sega had the ideas. Like Sega had the ideas, but then the other systems had the execution.
Yeah, oh yeah. And Mikon made another great point that you could just I can't remember how much the subscription was, but the Sega channel adapter, you could play a whole bunch of games, just a whole bunch, for like oh god, I really want to remember the price of the subscription. It was really great.
I don't even know what to say to that, because it's like, Jesus, I'm still thinking about it to this day, because it's like, we had a subscription service. I'm not even sure how much it was, but let me look at this one. We have the TV Golf. This is for PGA Tour Golf 2, and this was for the PGA Tour Golf series, and essentially it was
I bet there's a lot of broken televisions.
This is another one.
I got this.
My grandpa actually broke his old TV with this one too.
Oh my gosh.
I just remember as a kid a lot of broken televisions when it came to Sega Genesis, like add-ons, like all these extra toys that we could play with. Oh my god. Too many broken televisions.
I'm thinking about it. I'm just like, I'm like, the Sega Genesis may have been cheap, but you've spent more money on broken televisions than the games itself. That says something right there. Just like,
oh yeah, it was a great. I really think I had a great childhood.
Are you ready? Are you ready to see some add-ons now? So we have a power base converter.
I don't remember ever using that.
Does anyone know what this is?
Is it like changes so you can play internationally?
It says,
oh god,
I guess it's like a different outlet or something.
Let me actually check because I'm actually curious now. What is this power base converter for the Sega Genesis? Power base
You're like charging
converter.
a car battery in your living room. Like, don't worry, the Genesis has got this. It's good. We're back on the road tomorrow.
Sega does what Nintendo don't. Break.
Oh, here we go. So because the Sega system has been broken down in so many ways, we have Mega Drive, we have CD. The Sega Genesis power base converter allows you to play Sega Master System games on the Sega Genesis console, version 1 only. Just connect the unit to the top of the Genesis console and you are ready to play. No extra cords or power needed. I love this. It's like it's selling it to me.
So basically it was a giant power bank.
Pretty much to play the older games.
It was like a cell phone power bank, except it was double in size and obnoxious to have.
We also have the Sega CD backup RAM cartridge.
I don't remember having that. The RAM cartridge? Jesus Christ!
It's big.
It needs more power. It needs more power. It needs more juice.
I wonder how many, like how much RAM is like, what is that, 27 kilobytes? Am I reading that right from the screen?
Yeah,
maybe.
That's
Yeah.
27 kilobytes of RAM.
Yeah, oh wait, hold on.
Oh my gosh.
See this for a sec?
You can load up half an image.
That's like a quarter of an image now.
That's it.
Yeah.
You can see part of it.
Just part of it. That's all you get.
Yeah.
27 kilobytes? Jeez. Do you okay, so this is this is after the internet came out, isn't it? Yeah, this is after the internet became a thing. I remember, like, if you had a computer, right? Like that home desktop. I can't remember what it started off with. It was like a couple of gig. It wasn't even a couple of gigs. It was like maybe a megabyte or 2 of RAM.
I mean, probably something like that.
Like nowadays, like you can have like 16 gigs of RAM.
Something
16,
like that, probably.
32, something like that.
I have, let's see, I think I have 64 gigs right now.
Wow. To think about this. Computers have come that far where they can store that much data in something like that. It blows my mind.
Before flash drives, before all of these storage devices we have.
See, what repressed memories?
Oh no, because the dial-up sound effect actually played. I actually played the dial-up sound effect and he's like, damn. Like, just play some dial-up. Just no, we just play the sound.
Oh man, I miss that sound. You'd be playing a game online with your friends and then all of a sudden you stop dead in your tracks. You'd be like, Mom, get off the phone. And your mom's talking to her girlfriend from down, like all of you and your friends lived on the same block when you were a kid.
It was just
like there's just no avoiding it. All of your friends lived on the same block, and your mom would call your friend next door instead of going outside, knocking on your friend's door and going, "Hey, you want to talk?" No, she would call your friend, and then all of a sudden the internet would die. Just all of a sudden the internet would die.
It
and
just
you're
happens.
like, Mom, get off the phone. And she'd be on the phone for like 4 hours.
And they're like, you never been to Sears before? Well, let me tell you something, sweetie. And it's just, let's go.
Yeah, let's.
Oh, so this is going to be a fun one. We're going to look at controllers now.
Oh, no.
We're going to start with the 6-button controller.
Controllers had 6 buttons? What?
So, instead of the original 3-button, the 3-button thing that we have, one of these.
You had 6 buttons. You had more than plenty of buttons.
So, hear this little tidbit. This is the tidbit that's going to go into it. So, the Genesis 6-button controller was created and released as a replacement for the original 3-button Genesis controller for video games that required more than 3 action buttons. One of them being Street Fighter 2 Special Championship Edition. All 6 buttons are on the right side of the controller, and there is a mode button that lets the player select between 6-button mode and 3-button mode for video games requiring action 3 buttons.
It's kids. Yeah, the 6-button controller was for kids whose parents loved. Oh my god.
That's terrible.
That's
Oh my god.
terrible.
Yeah, I remember that just brought like a level of confusion to the games. I was like, I don't know what to do. Half of these buttons don't work. So I was like, maybe it's me. Or
I could feel that. I could feel that.
It's like the turbo button. I never knew what turbo was for. And every time I turn it on, all the buttons went at one time. So it just, nothing worked. I'd be playing like a fighting game and turn it on and then like kick. I'm like, okay, so this is just.
So
just let it go. This is fine.
To establish what turbo does, just to explain it, you hook turbo up to one button, and I want you to think Mario Party button mashing the second you press that button just once.
Okay.
Those were the, okay.
So instead of you just hold the button.
Disgusting. Those are the people who are disgusting in fighting games. Like, here, turbo.
You're cheating.
You're cheating.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm putting so much effort in this right now.
Like my parents love me. They bought me the fancy controller.
All right, so we got the next controller, which is the Genesis. Well, this one. Nothing too fancy, but we also have other versions called the Interact Program Pad, the ASCII Pad. I know, I can't believe the ASCII Pad was a thing, and then the Triax Turbo Touch, which. Hey, you don't need to get the 6 controller. You don't need to get the 6-button controller. You can just get the Triax Turbo Touch.
You could just get the Turbo Touch, and then there's one button, and you ruin the entire game for everyone else.
That's it. You thought this was going to be fun?
My friend used to have a turbo controller for games like Mario Party, and I'm remembering it. And it took so much for me to actually beat his turbo. I lost finger skin that day. Okay, I was just like.
It's those kinds of times. It's those kind of games where you wish you didn't have friends at that point who had the turbo controller.
It's terrible.
I remember one of my friends as a kid. I didn't know what the turbo controller was until I was introduced to it by my friend, and we were playing. I think we were playing Street Fighter, and he would press one button, and then all of a sudden my health bar is gone, and I'm like, what? How did you're cheating? And he showed me the controller, and I'm like, I don't want to play this game with you anymore.
Have you had those moments in the Sega Genesis before you're just like, I don't want to play this game anymore. I'm just gonna put this down. I'm gonna just back away from it.
I'm just not gonna play. I'm done.
I'm just
Here
done.
we go. Bye.
Oh my god, it's ridiculous. All right, next up we have the Genesis Mega Fire.
Oh no, the Mega Fire. Oh, jeez. That's a childhood memory. The Mega Fire controller. I have mixed feelings about that controller. Mixed feelings.
I mean, it's there though. It's staring at you.
It's staring at me, but I have mixed feelings about it. Bless you.
Oh, I know you're talking about with the little, it had the little switches up top. Let me get a closer look at this thing.
Sure thing. We got right here. There we go. Boom. Mega Fire. And then you have the auto.
Yes.
The auto.
Yeah, another confusing controller in which I found myself losing games because I would lock something into something that wasn't supposed to be there and the button didn't work anymore. Like, okay, can't jump anymore. Figure this one out.
Oh no, can't jump. No, I need to be able to do this. I can't jump, otherwise I can't progress.
I need to do things. I need to play the game. You're not letting me play the game, controller.
I put that controller away and never used it after like 2 games playing with it. I was just like, I can't. I literally can't put this. I can't play with this controller anymore.
You ready to
imagine they start putting turbo buttons like on these new controllers, like an Xbox One X controller.
Oh, please, no.
No.
Please.
Like, the insanity that would happen. Like, I just can't even imagine.
I could imagine it like breaking certain games. Like say if you had like a turbo on Need for Speed, games like Need for Speed and F1, like Forza. That's it. Those games are. It's over.
Oh
dear.
dear.
You're not stopping. You're not.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
And you know, people would exploit it. It'd be something where people are like, you know, I'm the 2-time 01, 02 champion MK10. Like,
you gotta
you can't get past my turbo kicks, bro.
you gotta do the 90s introduction when they won like the little arcade tournaments or the video game tournaments. Where it's like, do you know who that is? That's the champion. Exactly. That's the champion of
it's like the one.
It's the one, the only.
Get your ticket now. 500 hours at AOL.
Next up, so this is actually one of the first systems that came up with wireless controllers.
Ooh.
Like, boom.
Really? I don't remember that.
I know they have them now.
Yeah, they have them now, but really, the Sega Genesis did that?
Sega Genesis had wireless controllers. Like I said, the Sega Genesis was ahead of its time, because now every other system's doing it. It's like, oh, Sega Genesis did it, let's do it now. Let's steal ideas. No one's going to remember this. I mean, come on. It's not that bad.
Well, see, it's, like at that point, the copyright faded away. 'Cause copyrights on certain technology fade away after a certain number of years. I think it's like 5, maybe 10 years.
Copyright, who dat? Who dis? New phone, who dis? All right, so our next up is the fighter sticks. Boom.
Oh, I remember these. I remember these with the. Oh my god, I'm feeling some kind of way right now. Those were the controllers where you set it on the ground and you're like, let's play Street Fighter. like you were that kid in the neighborhood where like, let's fight. Patent. There you go.
There you go.
That's what I meant.
That thing, the patents. That's what it's called. We also have the Genesis Arcade Power Stick, which this looks like it took a lot more skill.
Oh yeah. You set this stuff. You set this on the floor at your friend's house. You know it's on. You were going to fight for hours.
That's the same kid that shows up with like the power glove. You're like, okay, or you mean it?
All right, but who didn't love the power glove though? It was like a very unnecessary accessory that you absolutely needed just to show a power move in a video game tournament.
There was a movie about that too.
Oh yeah, there was I love the movie about the power glove. Oh my god, that was great.
What was it? It was The Wizard. If you guys have ever seen the movie The Wizard, yeah. And like this kid's like in a video game tournament and he's trying to beat this one kid who puts on the power glove. Like you should look up a trailer for The Wizard. It is
You know what? Well, let's do it. I do not mind.
The Wizard. Oh man. Raven, that was a good movie.
It's so good. The bad guy, just when he geared up his power glove, I was like, no way.
We got the trailer right here. Right here.
And what's his name? Too the main character. He's Fred Savage, I think.
I think
Wonder
so.
Years.
You know what?
Really?
We got to make this a movie night in my server. Just a movie night.
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Just where do you think you're going, boy?
California.
Though Jimmy is a heavily traumatized boy, he has a certain
California.
fixation
Oh,
stacking.
California.
I'd like to think that he's searching for a way to express himself.
We're thinking about putting him into an institution.
Well, you want to
What?
see that happen? Huh? You want to see him put Jimmy in a home?
That's Christine's decision.
He hasn't changed
come
ever
on,
since
Dad.
Jennifer. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't say anything.
He's a wizard. You want to go to California. And you want to prove that Jimmy doesn't belong in
Mario
a home.
Brothers 3 is in this.
Do you think they
Oh,
put
is
it
it?
at home?
Yeah, it's the end.
One. This.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. There's that.
Video game contest.
Double Dragon.
Yeah.
You got 50,000 on Double Dragon? He's good, but he never beat Lucas. Nobody's better than Lucas. Oh, really? Lucas is awesome. So,
There's Lucas.
you the wizard? He's headed for
please
the
put on the
video
power glove.
championships in Los Angeles.
Please
that right?
do it.
Well, let's just see how good he is then. Guys, by the way, I'm headed to the championships too.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Power glove.
This is the best scene.
The
in
power
this
move.
movie.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Know all 97 of them?
This is the power move.
Oh man. Video Armageddon.
Oh my god.
Do you, who remembers those old school video game tournaments? Like you would take your console to this to like not to like a gymnasium or something, and then you would either play like Mario Kart or like even Double Dragon. Oh man.
My son's a fire.
Jimmy! Super! Dario Brothers!
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the premiere.
That was great advertisement.
Oh, it's brilliant.
That was brilliant.
Hey Lucas, man, that was great.
Yeah.
You're gonna rip
Dude,
that
that power
gizzards
glove
out, man.
in the case.
Yeah, look, Dork Lips. Why don't you just make yourself useful and get me a cold drink?
Dork lips. You know, these are the insults of the past.
Right.
Just dork. Just like, listen here, dork lips. Just get me a drink. Why don't you? Okay.
Dude,
Oh
so
man.
good.
All right, guys. We get to the next part now. Are you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
So now we have the Sega Mega Drive / Sega Genesis Classics tier list right here.
Oh no, you're gonna make me. You're gonna tier list it. Oh god.
We're gonna all three of our grades matter on this, and it will determine. It's kind of be like it's kind of gonna be like testing. You know what I mean? It's gonna be like
Yeah.
It's gonna be like we're gonna average out the grades that we each give it, and then we're gonna give it a good stuff right there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh, let's give it all for the Alex Kidd game right here. We have Alex Kidd, which I think if I show a clip of Alex Kidd, this will probably make things a little bit easier for remembering the game. This time, I'm actually gonna show trailers.
You're gonna look. Oh gosh.
We're gonna look at some Alex Kidd gameplay. Boom. So this character should look familiar. A little bit, probably.
I never played this game.
Yeah, I do not think this is in my library.
This is one of those rare games.
Wow. Okay.
They're all very excited about that stroller, though. Well, yeah.
This was a really good game at its time, and honestly, I would give it at least a B or C. It was fine.
I've never seen that game before. That must have passed my radar somewhere along the line.
I'm in the have not played category on that one.
Same with you, Fighter?
Yeah, same. Yeah, same. I'd say have not played.
I will put it in the have not played since all I would have given it a C, which is fair. Next up is Alien Soldier. Let's see this one. Y'all ready for this?
Alien Soldier, huh?
He's an alien soldier. He's an alien.
All right, let's see what we got. That's a soundtrack.
And it was for the Mega Drive too. Oh, okay. I
Yep.
remember this one. Oh, that game is so good. He's sitting there. You gotta. Okay, so the thing that ticked me off about this game was that jump dash.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was so obnoxious. Like you couldn't get it one way or the other to even like work the right way. Like you would want to go forward and then it would all of a sudden shoot you backwards and you're like, no, dude, I didn't want to go that way.
So where do we put Alien Soldier?
Where do we put it? I would say D.
I give it a solid D.
I'm in the D category.
It was one of those games. It was fine, but it was like it was tricky.
It was a tricky game to play as a kid. Like for real tricky.
Next up, we have Alien Storm, which might be a sequel. I might be wrong. But let's see a whole entire thing about it. Alright, so what we got here is this.
I don't remember this at all.
This looks like it's about like an FPS, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like one of those games that required the light gun. Right. I've never played this, by the way.
I've never seen this game before either. That's gonna be in a have not played.
Yeah, same here.
All right, so we were just talking about it. Raven brought it up. Altered Beast.
Man, this is one of the top tier for me.
Altered. Okay.
This is
between an A and I guess what is it, an S up there?
Yeah, there's an S up there. It's an A for me. I did like Altered Beast quite a lot. Fighterz, have you seen Altered Beast before?
I think I need to see a clip of this because I don't remember it all that well.
I gotcha.
It's so good.
Time to relive nostalgia. Okay, you're gonna live a little nostalgia right now, Raven. It's gonna be right there.
You can get this game through like the Xbox Marketplace and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
seriously?
Consoles. Yeah.
Hold up.
Play this now.
I need to actually look
Rise from the old grave.
Oh yeah, that's definitely S2. Put it up at the top. Yeah, now that I've actually physically seen it. Yeah, Rise from Your Grave. Oh yeah. S tier, put it up there.
You know what?
You're just basically punching and kicking your way through dead people. Oh yeah. That's the stuff right there.
It's going to S. Beyond Oasis. I believe this was a RPG actually. Some people forget that Sega Genesis actually had really good RPGs at the time. This was a really good RPG, me trying it out for the first time. Like, I tried it out. It's only the most it will last is 4 hours. The most. Like, you could beat this game in 4 hours.
Like, games lasting that long back in that time were just... I've never seen this game before.
I have no idea on this one.
I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. This was a really good thing, and it has a pair of silver too. You have to find the silver armlets. And it goes into both sorcerers going into battle with the 2 armlets being the representation of each of those forces. It was really... I didn't get to play it the whole way through though, sadly. I wanted to like get in there. But you can tell how amazing the storytelling in this game is.
How is he moving on that boat? Does he have a motor or something?
I think plot armor. Best thing I can say, plot armor.
I remember when games had plot armor. Where the main character couldn't die.
Yeah. So we have a lot of this going on. This is not one of those RPGs where you like level up like crazy and you take turns. This was more live action.
More towards gear, more live action and like based on gear. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's really good at its time. I'd give this probably at least a solid C or B.
I never played it, so I wouldn't even... I can't even give that a solid.
I can't wait to do the Sega Genesis showcase on August. That's going to be amazing. Non-stop Sega...
What's the next game?
So
I think I recognize that one.
This one is called Biohazard Battle.
Biohazard. Every time I hear Biohazard, I think of Resident Evil.
Yeah, I
think Resident Evil.
That's
me.
Maybe it is. Who knows? But it looks like it's this game. It looks like bugs. Oh, this game is only 35 minutes to beat. Pick a bug-like ship and then just go through everything.
That's interesting. I can't say I haven't heard of this one either.
Yeah, this one...
What did I miss in my childhood? Like, what games did I miss that I have to go back and play?
Get a Sega Genesis Mini. I assure you, will be worth it.
Okay, never mind. We're gonna keep it over there.
But I've not
on Amazon.
Yeah,
for like $80.
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
I found mine in a Target for $80. I was like, well, you know what I'm doing.
Next paycheck, then I'm going through I'm getting a Sega Genesis Mini. I have to go back in time.
I'm actually working on getting a PlayStation Classic now to mess with it too. Just yeah, it has to happen. So I'm assuming Biohazard's gonna go and have not played yet.
I have not played it.
Mm-mm.
All right, next up is I can't read that. So moving on, I'm gonna stop. Dehuman. I can't read. Hold on.
Can you make the image bigger?
I can try. I can only promise to try.
Trying is the best you can do.
Okay, it is called Bonanza Bros.
Bonanza Bros?
There's so many did not plays on this list.
There are definitely a lot of did not plays. Bonanza Bros is something I've never heard of.
What are you? I gotta ask. What are you?
Why are you a thing?
Wow.
I've definitely never played this. I've definitely never played this game before.
Wow. I've definitely never seen it before. Wow.
I didn't even know this existed till now. I think it's safe to say we're putting this here.
Yeah, we're gonna put that there.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. Let's see. Columns, which is an actual good puzzle game for the Sega Genesis. I've actually played this one.
I haven't.
Columns.
Where the heck is my childhood been at?
I'm gonna show you Columns. This is how it looks. This should probably awaken some memories. This was the puzzle game Columns.
So like off-brand Tetris?
Off-brand, yeah, that's off-brand Tetris.
It's essentially off-brand Tetris, yes. I'd honestly I honestly give this a C. It wasn't really the best.
I never played it. I just remember Tetris.
So I'm assuming both of you haven't played it yet?
I mean, I've played Tetris. So.
I'll put both columns here then. Next up is Comics Zone.
I do remember Comic Zone. Comic Zone was okay. I didn't like it a lot. It's like a D for me.
Comics Zone.
It's an interesting idea, but they didn't have the technology to develop what they needed to.
Test 1, 2.
Sega. It sound like Elvis Presley saying Sega.
Sega.
Comics Zone.
This sounds like an Elvis Presley song, just a little bit in the beginning.
Okay.
New York City, present day. Oh, this is where I am. Hi. What are you doing? Is that the Empire State Building? Oh god, I forgot this was by the Empire State Building.
Oh god. Oh, did he just get... What the heck just happened?
His own creation trapped him in his comic.
Oh, remember? Okay, I remember games back in the day, like, trapping you in, like, their own... Like, you'd be doing something, and you get trapped in the world you were creating. Oh, God. Okay.
I love how he swore in the comic and they just censored it out. It was like, you know what you said.
I don't know what I said. What are you talking about?
You know what you said. But yeah, I would give this somewhere between a D and a C. It was
I never played it.
D it is.
It's gonna be like wow, I never played.
Next up is Crackdown.
Okay, so
Crackdown.
The original Crackdown. We're not talking about like... Oh man, I loved Crackdown.
See what we got. I really can't wait to do this Sega Genesis showcase. This is going to be amazing. Oh, okay. Oh, damn. So I actually never got a chance to play Crackdown.
Oh, this was so good. This was so good.
Raven, what about you?
So I played it, but the Crackdown series has always been with my OCD. The unfinishable qualities of it were very difficult. My roommate has been able to complete it, and I could not. So for me, it's more of like a C.
C?
I'll agree with that.
C it is. Crackdown. I said C, not B. Jesus. You know what a C looks like. E-cap attack. What?
What?
Kadapa?
Now we're scatting on street. This is a scatting street now. Just
I'm a scat man.
Oh, No Escape. I think that's what it was called.
Remember No Escape?
Or Noah Cape, or a Cape. A Cap Attack. Okay, hold on. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I did a thing.
Okay. Off topic. I remember No Escape. No Escape was a very difficult game for me to play. Like I couldn't.
It was Decap Attack.
Decap Attack?
I don't even know what this is, but it looks like the game could be beaten within an hour. Oh, decapitation attack. I get it. That's a very ugly sound. It's like a Frankenstein type thing.
Okay, I never heard of this game either.
This is gonna be weird. Decap Attack. Starring Chuck the Head. Like, chuck his head. Just throw it across the hallway. It's fine. It'll be okay. Just chuck his head across the hallway. That's how this goes. Oh, it's a platformer. Where you collect body parts and make sure things don't happen. You could chuck the head. I get it now. See, there it is. There's the pun. He's chucking his head. Okay. Got it. I've never played this game before.
Oh god, it's a terrible pun, but it's funny.
I get it. So you know what I mean? It's like, I get you.
I've never seen that game before in my life.
So what do we want to put this as? Have not played before?
No, nope. That's going and have not played because I've never seen it before.
I've never even touched it. What
I
happened?
see. Okay, if we get further into the list, I see a couple of games that I really, really, really loved.
I bet.
Because I see Gold Max, and that game sucked all of my time up.
We have Dynamite Heady, which I'm just like, what is a Dynamite Heady? And then and then it doesn't help that I see a giant baby head right here, and I'm just like, well, I guess we know where this is going.
We're going into the weird. We're going into the weird.
Okay.
It's gonna get weird, stranger.
Oh, okay, I see. So that's his ability is to throw his head at people. Chuck the head, if you will. Chuck the head, if you will.
Oh Jesus, these I remember, like, back in the day when video games used to do like really bad pun. Have you ever like seen a video game that had like a really bad pun, but it like hits you in a certain funny spot where you just be laughing for hours at it?
Yes.
God,
So level 1 is so he could shoot his head and bite onto things and then just like latch up. That's actually pretty interesting.
I've never seen this game before either. Who's played games like these?
This is like the stuff that comes with like match packs. They're like, you get 100 games for $5, and you're like, oh, okay.
I think it's safe to say we could add this to have not played yet.
Now we're getting into the good stuff.
Echo Jr. This is Echo the Dolphin's son.
It's Echo Jr., Echo the Dolphin, and then Echo the Dolphin's like sequel. I've played all three of these. Loved them.
They're really good series.
I liked the sequel actually.
Tides of Time.
Better than the original. Tides of Time is like Tides of Time would be in the. I would say that would be an A category for me.
Yep.
B for the original Echo, and then a C for Echo Jr.
No one liked the son for some reason.
Nope. It's fine. Echo Jr. for like all of this. I'm going to agree with Raven on that one. It's Echo. The sequel was great. The first one was kind of okay, and then Echo Jr. You just it was okay. It wasn't great.
And they worked out a lot of the bugs in the second Echo and the Tides that they had in the first. In the first one, I remember like getting stuck on a rock, and I'm sitting there like echoing through the rock. I'm like, how do I even get out of this pool of water here? Like, I'm just swimming around aimlessly.
You know, I loved the swimming around aimlessly. You know what? I just like not having I just not like having responsibilities. I just want to just bash into the water, be a little mischievous, and do what I want. It's fine. Next one is SWAT. It's like SWAT, but in French. You know, and I'm just kidding. I don't.
It's SWAT.
It's SWAT. It's SWAT.
It's what?
SWAT. What I am's.
So what is it? I do not know.
So this is the game. It's like it's like Sega Genesis Contra.
This is another one I didn't do.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say I didn't do this one either.
I can agree with this, and it's going in the not played category. Next up is Eternal Champions.
Ooh, that's a good one. Eternal Champions. I played a lot of fighting games as a kid. Like, I'm just gonna say that right now. A lot of fighting games.
Yeah, this was one of those
Eternal
fighting
Champions
games I played.
Eternal Champions has a special spot for me because that was the first fighting game tournament I ever won.
So look at this. Look at his power. I am the Eternal Champion. I bet you have a lot to say for being the Eternal Champion, where there should be some fighting. I want to see some fisticuffs.
It's just like an hour of text. That's the game.
That's the game. That's what it is.
You find out about the Eternal Champion.
You don't get to play the game.
You don't get
That's
to.
it. You become the Eternal Champion if you read 15 hours worth of 16 gigabyte text.
That would work. I'm not gonna lie. This fighting game looks really good. It's just random people fighting. Oh wait, what did he say? I heard drunk. He said, "Oh, punk." Okay, that's what I was hearing. I heard drunk. I'm like, while you're fighting? Really? And then he's like, no, punk. I'm like, oh, okay, now I get it.
This was a solid B for me.
This was a C for me.
Just for nostalgia's sake, like this was the first tournament I ever won. It's a B, but the game by itself is just it's not perfect. It could have done something more.
So we got B, C, and have not played before?
Yeah.
C it is. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Next up is Fatal Labyrinth. I don't know what the... you know what? Let's see what... This is adding games to my list for the Genesis, just so I can actually get ready for it. Let's see what we got. A game that could be beaten in 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, if you knew what you were doing.
If you knew what you're... Oh my god, that sound. Just don't do that to... Bad game. Don't ever do that to me again. My ears are crying.
It's not like a regular labyrinth, like it's one where you die. The stakes are upped. Like the corn maze is a lot more than the maze.
The corn maze is just evil.
Hey,
Happy
just
Halloween, kids. Also, if you don't get out, a jackal is going to eat you.
You've got 20 minutes before this jackal gets released.
Exactly. But we're gonna light the field on fire.
No. We have the worst part. Like, oh, by the way, even though you leave the labyrinth, you have to answer a riddle. And if you don't answer the riddle the right way, then a jackal's just gonna come out of nowhere through the side path and just...
You're done.
That's it.
Goodbye.
That's it.
Answer these riddles 3. Who am I and what do I be?
A tree? just make it rhyme.
A tree.
So this game actually looks not that bad. I'm not complaining about it. I would play it, but the sounds are hurting my ears and I just want to stop. Like, ow.
Oh god. You would say okay. I hated this game. I hated it. I'm gonna say it right now. I hated that game just because you took turns. And this is like a 16 gigabit game. You're taking turns stabbing and you're getting hurt. Stab, get hurt, stab, get hurt. Oh my god, get it out of here. Get it out of here.
Hashtag taking turns is unfair. Hashtag sharing is not caring. Hashtag fighter does not take turns. Hashtag fighter does not share his turns. The end.
The end. I'm done. I can't do this.
I'm simply going to put it in F because of the fact that those sounds hurt my ears. And it was not audibly, like, great for me. Like, the game probably is great, by all means. The game is probably okay, but...
The gameplay is great. It's just, it's not fair. Fatal Labyrinth was not fair.
My ears hurt. I feel bad. Alright, are you ready for the next one?
Oh yeah.
Oh, my heart. Okay, there we go. We're good. I felt it. Like, I felt something in my soul for a second. I was like, oh no.
Oh
Flicky.
my god. Flicky. That brings back memories.
So, for those of you who don't know, Flicky is the birds that Sonic usually tries to save.
Flicky. That's a memory. That's a memory.
I actually know this game pretty well, but just in case, like, one of us don't know about this game, let's give Flicky a chance, shall we? Boom. An 18-minute game. Oh my god, what is up with these? Now, this was the most irritating soundtrack. The sound effects were the most irritating ever. Here we go. Stop.
Great. I don't know what you're talking about.
It sounds like somebody tripped on a newly waxed gymnasium floor. Just a squeak every time, and I'm like,
Flicky was one of those games, man. I loved Flicky. As bad as the sound was, I loved Flicky. it would drive my parents insane every time I'd load up that game, and they'd be like, "What are you doing? I'm playing Flicky, Mom. Can you turn that off?" No, I'm playing this game now.
So I'm giving it
You
a
cannot
D.
Stop me.
I'm giving it a D.
I'll give it a C.
After hearing that noise, I'm somewhere between D and F right there.
Like, is it not just? Does it not sound like somebody tripped on the gym floor after it was just wax, and you just hear the shriek?
I just wonder what the commercial for that one looks like. For, hey kids, do you love really irritating noises? Trying to get back at your parents? Had a long day and feel like hitting your head against the wall? We've got it for you, Flicky.
Wait, was there a commercial? Where's there a commercial? I'm just curious.
I bet they didn't put one out.
Oh my God, there was a commercial.
The week, and it's being brought to us.
Was there a commercial?
This is a song that was so close to making it.
That's not a commercial.
That's not a commercial. I was lied to. How dare? How dare?
Deceived.
We've been deceived.
The history of Flicky. Now that seems like something that I want to spend hours watching.
I don't want to. No, I don't want to. No.
Like just knock aside a Saturday and dive into it.
I'll waste 16 minutes of my life. We got it. It's okay.
There we go.
All right, the next one is called Gain Ground. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna say this right now. I will gain the high ground in this situation somehow, but you know what? Let's see what this looks like.
Gain Ground. I don't think I've ever played this one.
I've never touched
heard
it.
of it. I've heard of it, but never played it.
You crack up.
Dan Ground. Was this Plants vs. Zombies? Like. Oh no, you have free movement. Oh, here we go. No.
Oh, okay. It's you gotta clear the field, and then once you're all clear, you move on to the next.
Okay, it's
next level. Okay.
You have to gain ground. They gotta stop doing this to me. They gotta stop giving me like obvious titles for me to pun off of it. It's someone's gonna sue me one day. It's fine. Gain Ground. I've never touched this game.
Never
touched it. Heard of it, but never touched it.
Galaxy Force 2.
Galaxy. Okay, go ahead.
I do know
sorry.
Galaxy. You're good. I do know Galaxy Force. Tim Allen was in it.
Wait, there was a movie for that game?
It's not for the game. It's just for the actual. It's just called Galaxy. It's called Galaxy Quest, not Galaxy Force. But it's really really good. It's hilarious.
Oh wait, so it's Tim Allen. So it's like I think I remember that movie. I think I watched it like a couple of days ago. It's Tim Allen. I remember a specific scene. He's saying, "Hey, they're too stupid. We just gotta do this plan." And then the alien's still the bad guy's still on the screen, like he didn't have the call.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he can still hear us.
Yeah, he can still hear us.
And he's like, they're supposed to, they're actors like playing Star Trek, but they get in with real aliens. So that's the shtick.
So,
that.
What is your scoring for this game, Galaxy Force 2?
Okay, so I'm gonna give it a solid D, just because I didn't really like the gameplay all that much.
Off-brand Star Fox.
Off-brand Star
Fox. Next up is the Golden Axe series. Yeah.
Okay. Golden Axe.
I have to show. We have to show them Golden Axe. Like we got to show the crowd.
Golden Axe.
I would bring up my old. If I bring up my old Golden Axe gameplay on my old channel, I swear that would have been funny. But I'd rather not do that because I was a dumb child.
Golden Axe. If you've never played any of the Golden Axe games, I'm sorry you never had a childhood. You just never did.
Because it says F, not enough dwarf. I loved me some Golden Axe, and I would definitely put this in my S tier.
It's S tier for me, period. Because Golden Axe, literally every time I loaded the game up, my dad and I would we would replay the same game more than once.
All right. So I had a moment where my thing just kind of like glitched. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good.
All right. So
Golden Axe was Golden Axe 1, 2, 3. You can just put all those games in S tier because that's the best.
They literally got better each and every time the game was played. Like they got better as the sequel came out.
The games it always got better. Like me and my dad sunk so many hours into Golden Axe.
That would do it. Next up is Gunstar Heroes.
Never heard of it.
Neither.
Let's see what we got.
The next game after this one I've heard of before. And I think I've played it and I loved it.
All right, so we got this. Wait, is that a GameCube? Oh, wait, never mind. I thought it was the GameCube logo for a second. I thought we were just going to get introduced to the...
No GameCube here.
I've seen this character before. I've seen this character before. I blame Machinima for seeing this character before. Collect all the gems to break the spell. Okay.
Can't say I've seen this.
I've never played it before. I've seen the characters, but I've never gotten a chance to actually play the game before. What about you, Raven?
No, I've never heard of it.
And in the have not played it goes. Kid Chameleon.
Okay, this is where you hit my childhood too, because Kid Chameleon. I'm just gonna let the clip explain it for itself. Kid Chameleon was such a good game.
So laid back. You can beat this game in under 2 hours. It's fine. It's good. We're good. We're improvising. There was a new machine in the arcade that one could walk into and play. I would hope so. It used holograms to create a reality, not our own.
I remember this. I remember this. This is such a good, like, not just an arcade game. I think this was an arcade game before they put it on the Genesis.
The boss escaped and began capturing kids by defeating them at the game. That's dark to think about it. This is the story of someone too tough to beat. Someone known as...
Kid Chameleon.
It's so 90s! I love it!
Yes. Oh my god, yes. It's so good. It's so good. Kid Chameleon, Kid Chameleon is an A tier game for me, but just because it was so good.
And it looks like a good platform. Like I've touched it once. That's it.
I played the hell out of Kid Chameleon. Like here, like even one, like you would hit a thing and then you would get the power up for it. Oh god, like the power ups in this game were like so great.
All right, so I'd probably give this game at least a B.
I'd give it an A. I'd give it an A, solid A.
Raven?
I'm probably gonna go B on this, simply because this is like around the time I started playing like Super Mario 3. So I was like, okay, I'm getting the same effects from this game. So I didn't spend as much time with it.
Next up is Landstalker.
Nope. Never heard of it.
Never heard of it either, but I'm just curious how it... Just curious. Curiosity. 10 hours. This has to be an RPG. This is an RPG... This is kind of an RPG, I think.
Landstalker.
I wonder. Is there a battle mechanic? No, it just looks like... It looks like a fetch quest of a game. But I've never played it.
This looks like something that I would try, though. It looks like they actually modeled off of Link with the blonde hair and the sword.
Mm-hmm. I would try it, definitely.
So Raven will take a Sega Genesis Mini hacked, just so he could get this game. It's worth it.
I seem to get a Raspberry Pi, man. Like I need to do that.
A Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, I need to do the thing.
I have the ice cream cake waiting for me too. I'm just like, please. Next up is Light Crusader.
Light Crusader. I played the next 3 games after that. After this one, but this one, Light Crusader, never heard of it.
This looks like another RPG, and it looks like the person is using a guitar. I shall have my revenge for what they all have done to me. I shall never forgive them. What did you do? What did we do to get so mad? I just... So I've absolutely not played this game before, but the music sounds good.
I can say the music would make it for me. I would definitely pick it up.
I definitely would. So let's put on. So we've never played Light Crusader.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Okay. Next up is the Phantasy Star series.
Yep, played it to death.
Fantasy
Star 1, 2, 3, 4, and I actually played Phantasy Star Universe. Phantasy Star Universe is a go-to addiction for me and a couple of friends.
Definitely. Also, before I do that, this is Phantasy Star 2. Enjoy clips of bad premonitions, but this is a full-on take-turns RPG.
See, now, back in the day when Phantasy Star came out, this was the definition of an RPG. This was the straight definition of an RPG. You take turns and just duke it out. That's how RPGs should be. These should be take turns. Like if it's a
I ain't taking turns. This is a fight, okay? This is a fight. We don't take turns here, okay? We dodge all of the hits. Like, who takes turns? Like, I'm like, okay, Hito does punch. Boom. Does Hito dodge his attack? I don't know.
Phantasy Star is such a good series.
So, where would you put 2, 3, and 4?
I would put them all like in between B and C. Fantasy Star 2 is a B just because it did Phantasy Star justice. 3 and 4 kind of didn't really build up off of it.
I would go off a C on those.
What about you, Raven?
I haven't played this one.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, I have not.
You're missing out. You're missing out.
I didn't do too many of the turn-based things. I think Chrono Trigger was the only one back in the day that I really played.
Which it was great.
Chrono Trigger. That is
absolutely legendary.
All right, next up is Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, and I actually played this for the autism charity. This was actually really fun. I enjoyed it. It's Puyo Pop, but Sonic theme.
Bean Machine. Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me. Like that is childhood, that is life. I loved it.
So
I loved it.
Mean Bean Machine. Because it's the meme. It's the meme Robotnik. That right.
I love memes. That was my first introduction to a meme. That was my first introduction to memes, and I just haven't stopped since.
So, Mean Bean Machine is this. It's just... It's Puyo Pop. It's Puyo Pop.
Didn't they have this in, what did they call it?
The Sonic Mega Collection?
Yes.
Yes, they did.
Yes. They had this in the Sonic Mega Collection, and this is the only game I played out of the Mega Collection.
This is a really good game. I see Mini Kitty.
Yeah, she's hanging out. She said it's almost dinner time. So I know I'm hungry. I'll get you.
We'll get you food. But
we'll get your noms.
All right, so as much as I love this game, I can't give it higher than a B. It is a skin.
I can't go higher than a B either.
It's a skin of Puyo Pop, but with Sonic. I actually enjoyed it a lot, but that's what it is.
See,
Next up,
I'd almost put that C because I don't think I'd put that on the same tier as Echo. Like I just.
You're
right.
You're absolutely right. Actually, I would put it at C.
Absolutely. I wouldn't even the second Echo the Dolphin. I wouldn't even put it in that same category.
With Kid Chameleon, those are they hit different.
Yeah, the games in certain. You didn't play Sonic and Knuckles in the Sonic. You've angered the gazebo.
You've angered the gazebo. Next
Sonic,
up,
okay. I played Sonic and Knuckles when it wasn't part of the Mega Collection.
All right, so we got 2 of the Shinobi series.
Revenge of the Shinobi.
Yeah, these are actually pretty good.
Like I don't even think I have to show the clips of this. This was a really good game. This was actually staple. What do you guys say for Shinobi?
Shinobi's, I think that the Revenge of the Shinobi is gonna be in the B category for me.
I agree with that.
The follow up, the Ninja Master, was more of a C. Just personally.
Ninja Master was a B for me. It was fine, but it wasn't godlike.
I never played.
You should definitely try the Shinobi. Picture like if you had like the 16-bit version of Sekiro.
Oh no! Oh no!
Anger.
Phoenix.
Controller break.
Don't get me started with Sekiro. Don't. Oh my God, Sekiro makes me so mad.
Just that one white grizzly ape thing, man, just never dies.
It just won't. Oh. That game made me angry, but I still played it. It made me angry, but I played it.
All right, next up is Rise Star, which this was a really good game. It was so Rise Star. How can I even begin to explain Rise Star? It was the same creators as Pokemon. I'm not even kidding.
Game Freak, really?
Game Freak made this game, if I remember correctly.
Game Freak made other games?
Yeah, before Pokemon.
I've seen the cover of this.
It's a predecessor. It's a really good predecessor. I would give this an A. This was a really good platformer for its time.
I never played it. I'm sorry.
It looks like a game that I played for PC called Jazz the Jackrabbit.
Yeah.
Jazz? Oh, I remember Jazz the Jackrabbit.
With the little.
I remember Jazz.
Yeah. It will do it.
It's been a long time.
Carrot guns.
Well, Raven, you just got a gift sub to the channel from Mikon.
Thank you, Mikon.
You got the 8-bit love, the new 8-bit love emotes now.
Ooh.
All right.
Fancy.
I'm gonna have to pull rank on this one. Rise Star has to get an A at the very least. Oh God, no. Don't derail this. Don't do this.
Don't do what? Don't do what? I just did something. There's the choo-choo. Have fun. Godspeed.
You know, I kind of like it at 69. It's really good. Very suggestive. Can we just leave it there? That's perfect. I appreciate it.
No. Thank you. Thank you for the gift sub. Can't leave it there though. Sorry.
So Sonic games.
Sonic games.
No, Shadow Dancer. I mean,
Shadow. We're gonna go. Never. I've never heard of Shadow Dancer. Never.
Never.
Nope. Never heard of Shadow Dancer.
Raven, you Shadow Dancer?
No.
I'm gonna put that in the not played. Shining Forces. The Shining Force series I've actually played.
Shining Force. Yep. Played all of them. Loved them to death. Shining Force was the I believe the pinnacle of Sega Genesis.
I definitely
just the
believe it.
absolute pinnacle.
Definitely believe it. Shining Force 1 was great, but 2 actually brought it up.
2 brought Shining Force is great. Shining Force 2 was actually putting it on a top tier.
So I'll give Shining Force like a B, but 2
you ever played
was
Shining
A.
Force, Raven?
I have not.
It's another RPG. It was an RPG. It will do it.
Yeah, Shining Force was my childhood.
Shining the Darkness?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of that one either.
All right, now we're getting to the meat. Sonic the Hedgehog series. We have 6 games here.
You got Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic 3D, Sonic CD, Sonic Pinball.
So we'll start with the original Sonic the Hedgehog.
I'd say A for that one.
Yeah,
It's definitely A.
I can agree with that.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2. That one I would give an S. I love.
100% S.
That's what.
100%.
That's where miles per hour came in.
Yep.
Next, we got Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles. That was also worth its S.
That
100%.
Yeah, 100%. That's totally worth it.
Sonic 3D Blast, I would give a B.
Same.
It was good.
I never. Okay, this is gonna be bad, but I never played it.
2 Bs and a not played puts it in B.
Yep.
Sonic CD was actually quintessential. It was an A for me. Like Metal Sonic, going to the past, present, and future. It was really good.
Okay, yeah, definitely an A. I would say A.
But other than the time travel mechanic, there was nothing like fresh. Besides Metal Sonic coming out of nowhere and stealing Amy. And Sonic Spinball, I have to give a B. As much as I remember that theme song so much, it's a B. I enjoyed it. But
Who remembers Sonic Team Racing? Was that... No, that wasn't Sega Genesis.
Was that Wii?
I think so. Oh, next game is Space Harrier 2.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, me either.
Streets of Rage. First one, second one, third one.
S tier. The whole thing. The whole thing is worth it for me. I loved Streets of Rage.
I would give 2 the S tier.
That's it. I was gonna say 2 the S tier.
The
possibly 3.
The first one I would give an A. The third one I would also give an A. 2 kind of did its mark, but then when 3 came out, it was kind of a little lackluster for me for 3.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I loved Streets of Rage because that was the that was the first game I was introduced to on the Genesis, and it's always going to have a special spot. A special spot for me at least.
So 2 S's and an A makes it an S. All right, next up is Super Thunderblade. Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Now, Sword of Vermilion I've heard of.
Can we see? I want to see a clip of Sword of Vermilion.
We can see that. I had to put a clip of Rise Star because that was one of the games that legitimately needed to be like done. Oh god, I didn't want a review. I just wanted gameplay. This looks like another RPG. This is another RPG. It looks good. It looks really good. But I can't say much on that. I've never played it. I have it. I never played it.
Yeah, I can't say I played this either.
All right, we're up to the last 7.
So
Toe Jam.
right back.
The last 2. The next ones are Toe Jam and Earl.
Toe Jam and Earl were great concept, lackluster gameplay, but I'd still give it a B.
They were worth a B. The sequel is also worth the B as well. I believe that. Next up is another in the series that is kind of like obscure, which it's crazy obscure. The Vector Man series.
I actually did play Vector Man, and it's not bad. It's kind of like Green Metroid.
Green Metroid.
Yeah. I think Vector Man, the original, was like a C and a B for Vector Man 2.
I definitely agree with that. I played Toe Jam and Earl. You know this was the cool kids game. You got this. Next up is Virtua Fighter. I actually liked Virtua Fighter.
Yeah, that's an S for me.
That's definitely us. It really did solidify the it solidified the genre of fighting games for Sega.
It did well enough too that they made it into stand-up arcade games where you had like the actual grips, where you could box with the grips, like you actually hold on things and move it forward. It was cool.
They really did work their magic there. Let's see, Monster Lair, Wonder Boy 3. I've heard of the Wonder Boy series. I've never played it.
Yeah, I don't know these.
I know they're like crazy platforms, but they do the thing. But yeah, let's zoom out and see our playlist. Playlist. We didn't make a playlist. We made a tier list. What am I saying? All right, so this is our tier list between you, me, and Fighter. So in our I have not played, we've got about, I'd say we got about 21 games we have not played in the series. But one day...
They also didn't pick a lot of big name titles on this, because they left out like Aladdin and Jurassic Park and like all the ones we could have been fighting over numbers for.
I really would have been fighting over Aladdin. Or Lion King, for that matter.
Lion King, right? Jungle Book.
Jungle Book. Jungle Book was it. Tailspin.
Yeah.
Bears. Anyway, it's like bears. I need more bears. This just makes me look at the Sega Genesis like we need more bear protagonists. I feel very, very unrelated in this, and I feel very sad about it. We have pirates. We have fighters. Where's the bear protagonist that comes in and is like, hey... I want to eat your food. Bearstein bears.
Think.
Bearstein bears go camping. I'm like, doesn't count. They're smart. I need natural instinct here. That's what the case is here. We have natural instinct. But we have 21 games and not played. In our F, we have Fatal Labyrinth. Just because of the sounds alone. That's a very unpleasant sound to hear, but I will not lie. Flicky's sound effects were worse, and it still survived on Z only because it's related to Sonic the Hedgehog in some way. That's the only reason why you get D, Flicky. But for D, we have Comic Zone, Alien Soldier, Flicky, Galaxy Force 2, and Phantasy Star 4. C, we have Crackdown, Echo Jr., Eternal Champions, Phantasy Stars 3, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Shinobi, and Vector Man. For B, we got Echo the Dolphin, Kid Chameleon, Phantasy Star 2, The Revenge of Shinobi, Shining Force, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Spinball, Toe Jam and Earl, Panic on the I think that's Funkotron, and Vector Man 2, since Vector Man 2 did a lot better than the original Vector Man, which is why we put it on C. A is Echo the Dolphin, The Tides of Time, Rise Star, Shining Force 2, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic CD, and Streets of Rage 1. Finally, S tier. Rise from Your Grave, Golden Axe, Golden Axe 2, Golden Axe 3, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic 3, and Knuckles. Can't forget Knuckles. Streets of Rage 2, Streets of Rage 3, and Virtua Fighter 2. How we sound about this list?
That list is pretty solid. I was gonna say Virtua Fighter 2 is an S tier.
Yeah.
Just bottom line, Virtua Fighter 2 is perfect. At least in my eyes.
So yeah, that's how this works. We're definitely good. So, any final thoughts on our Sega Genesis talk? Things that you found out? Final revelations that you would like to share?
I realized I don't have I've missed a lot of games that apparently I need to play.
I realized that there's a lot of different peripherals that I didn't know existed. I didn't know that they were trying to be so tech forward with the Genesis. So it's pretty cool to know that they were trying things like wireless controllers and actual like zone, body identification rings and stuff. That's really neat.
So, as someone who didn't grow up with Genesis, I'm more excited now that I have a list of games to add to my Genesis collection. And I can't wait for August when we do Genesis Showcase. We'll be playing a cluster ton of games in one sitting for a few weeks for this Sega Genesis Showcase. And honestly, yeah.
I'm just gonna say, if you don't play Golden Axe, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
I am gonna play Golden Axe, and I might actually want to do something in the future with 2 players after I'm done with the showcase. So that'll definitely be a thing. Don't what?
I said dope.
Dope. Oh, I
was like,
I
let's
like,
go.
don't.
Let's go.
All right, guys. Well, we have to find someone to send the love to. So since we have the lovely list right here of showing off things for a set, we can have a preview for a set. Oh, and we got a static again. See, we're still new to this technology that we have. This technology just does not want to respect us right now. It's like, hey, I don't want to work, and I'm like, let me down, man. You let me down. You know what?
It's technology. Technology never wants to work for anybody.
Technology. Well, I haven't rated this person in a long while. Who's up for rating Hermit?
I'm in. Bet. Let's go. Let's do the thing. Let's go see our good friend.
I was holding the back. I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. I'll cry like a faucet. I'll cry like a leaky faucet. Don't you dare. Don't do it. And people were like, we're going to do it. Let's enjoy that. I'm like, no. Like, why?
Let's do the things.
Just no, please. I beg. So let us
do it again.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Just no, I don't want to.
I hear do it again.
I hear rolling the credits, guys. All right, I'm gonna deafen myself. If you guys want to chill in the decompression for a little bit, we could do that. I just like chatting with you guys. I had a fun time doing the retro bomb, but for now, I'm gonna deafen myself. I will talk to you guys in a few minutes. All right, boom. All right, guys. Let's send the love to the reluctant hermit, and let's see what we can do. Let's see what we got. All right. Credits, roll.